Hello everyone, as many of you may have seen, they added in the rewards for the Demigod, Exemplar, and Voyager ranks for the AP system, and a lot of you are probably wondering, how can I farm AP? How do I get Demigod? I really want this skin. So I'm going to be making a quick video going over some simple things that you can do to improve how much AP you farm. You can get Demigod really easily, it's not that hard. All you need to know are some of the ways that you can farm AP, how to min-max your runs, and how to be more efficient with gathering those points. So starting off at number one, the biggest tip that I can give is probably going to be like clear as much as you possibly can, right? In Ruins, this is probably going to be your best bet. What you can do is you can kind of like split up after you go crypts. Let's say like you've kind of confirmed that there's no other teams inside a lobby that you're in. You can go down into the crypts and split up as a team and learn to just sort of like solo clear those rooms. Try and maximize your spread and go clear those rooms that are in zone so that you can get like a maximum floor clear as soon as you're out. And going down into Inferno as well, it's really important that you try and clear those rooms as much as you possibly can, because killing those mobs will also give you AP. A really important thing to note here is that all mob kills are shared between your team. Therefore, AP that you get from killing a mob is shared from you and the rest of your teammates, meaning that it's not really efficient for all of you to be in the same room clearing it together when you guys can kind of split up, clear your own rooms, and maximize how much AP you can get. Moving along to the props interaction point, portals, right? Portals are really big. Always try to open all the reds that you possibly can and all the blues that you can. I don't know if they've changed it recently. However, it used to be 30 points per red portal and 10 points per blue portal. And on each layer, you can get multiple reds, multiple blues, open all of those, and get a ton of AP from that. A little known fact, actually, if people really want to try and grind AP and like min-max their runs, there's a few things that you can do, which, I mean, I guess could be considered, a little bit of a cheese, if you will. Whenever you're in the limbo, going down from Ruins to Crypts or Crypts to Inferno, if you turn the torches on and off, it actually gives you AP. So you can farm that for as much as you possibly can and min-max the amount of AP that you can get. What you can do is if you know you're in sort of like a dead lobby, for example, you can tell your teammate not to come take a red. You go in, spam the torch as much as possible, have him wait until the final circle. Or as soon as you take, your red portals or you've opened them all, you can try and spam that as much as possible as well. Another thing, I haven't tested exactly, but I think it gives you anywhere between 50 to 100 AP, is res altars. Res altars, each time you use them, give you AP, and I've noticed it's a significant boost. I've tested it, and I can't really like pinpoint the exact number, but after testing, it's from 50 to 100 AP. So whenever you're in Inferno, let's say like you've killed the boss, whatever it is, and you have some free res shrines sitting around, try and use those if you can, obviously, and you're not in danger. Use the res altar, res your teammate, have him like die or kill him yourself, and you can res him and get some free AP that way if you really want to min-max. So moving on to the next tip, one really important thing that I think a lot of people have put off is learning new boss. Right now, the way it's set up, you can only play Ruins once every 3 rotations. And Ruins really gives you a ton of AP because you can go Ruins, you can go Crypts, and you can go into Inferno and really stack up all of those mob kills, all of those mini-boss kills. And overall, farming those mini-bosses and bosses will net you a lot more AP than if you're just in one of those one-tier maps like Goblin Caves or the new Ice map. So make sure that you're really looking around, trying to kill all the mini-bosses you can, and pull up a video, learn how to do the new boss. Warlord's really easy once you get the hang of it. I know it's a really daunting task because a lot of people are scared of that boss. He has some very scary mechanics. But as long as you keep your composure, and even if you play with a cleric, for example, with the Holy Purification spell, it's really easy, and it should not be a problem at all. Learning that boss will definitely net you more AP because you're not really going to be suffering by having that boss model. You'll be constantly gaining AP.
Nice.
Alright, let's get a Viola. Thoughts?
Yeah, of course.
Finally, I'm going to be talking about the loot optimization, right? So what do I mean by loot optimization? whenever you have items in your inventory, there are certain items that will take up more space and give you less AP than certain items that will give you more AP and take up less space. So what's really, really important to farm out these like big number runs is definitely look at what you have in your inventory. Whenever you're farming solely for AP and you're trying to hit Demigod, it's really, really important that if you take in 7 stacks of bandages and 7 stacks of pots and, the surge kit in your inventory, whatever it may be, you need to let go of those things at the very end of your run. Drop them on the floor. You can always buy bandages back. It's going to be expensive, but it's going to definitely net you more AP. So make sure whenever you're looting the pile, for example, instead of, keeping those stacks of bandages, which I'm even a culprit of, I'll do that so many times where instead of just dropping the bandages and picking up, 1 to 200 more AP in sellables, I will keep my bandages, not loot the pile anymore, and just leave them wasted, where I can just sell all those sellables, end up going back in game by buying the bandages that I got off the money from those sellables, and have netted more AP per that run. So maximizing those runs is really, really important. Another topic that I need to touch on is do I take a 2-slot sellable? Do I take a blue over a green if it's a 1-slot, etc.? Whenever I'm farming AP in the pile, what I find really, really important is making sure that you optimize the 1-slot sellables in your inventory and try and only take blues. So only blue and up. By the end of it, if you don't have an inventory of blue plus sellables that are 1 to 2 slots, it's fine to take a 4-slot. But generally, the rule of thumb for me at least is anything that is not a 2-slot purple or a 4-slot legendary is not worth taking over 4 blue slot single sellables. So really try and optimize your inventory. Make sure that you're getting all of those single slot sellables. And always try and loot the pile. And once you're done looting the pile, always go around, check each room, try and maximize as much clearing as you can possibly do, and open the portals at the very, very end. And you'll be making 1 to even 2,000 AP per run at the end of these. I've hit, whenever I was early on, some insane numbers. I think I have a screenshot somewhere. If I can find it, I'll throw it up. But I had a 2,200 AP game, which is insane. So you can definitely farm a ton of AP. You just really need to min-max these small things, and altogether you'll definitely see a net outcome that benefits you greatly, and you'll definitely get that Demigod skin like everybody wants. Thank you all for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, and you ended up getting Demigod, leave a like, subscribe, comment. It helps the channel out, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a nice day.